Everyone, there's too much power in this room.
Too easy. I'm gonna let it slide.
Cameron would have said pause.
Yeah.
Pause.
I missed it.
Too easy. But go ahead.
All right. Off the rails already.
Sorry. I apologize. Sorry. Back over here. You said a name that I currently have, I don't want to say an issue with, but I heard, so Cameron. First of all, congratulations on your new show. If you happen to watch, you and Mace, it is what it is. I'm sure you guys know.
Oh.
They have a sports show where they pretty much, well, they can do whatever. If they want to smoke, talk about sports, bring anybody, but it's very popular. They got a contract already. Like it's booming. It's very popular right now. So it's Cameron, Mace, and a female guest. I forgot the female's name. So it's very popular. Recently, Cameron spoke about Just Blaze having a beat. I forgot the beat he was speaking about. I should know this though. But Just Blaze had a beat. He took the beat, made a song at 3 a.m., went to the radio station, played the song, and made sure it was being played. But the beat was Jay-Z's beat. And he knew this.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that it wasn't being used.
Damn.
For like 2 months, he said.
Uh-huh.
So the way Cameron portrayed it to be was that, let me make this beat hot. Let me make you hot. Let me this, that, and the other. But the way he was saying that, I was like, there's something fishy. Because Cameron is petty, and he is a sneaky dude. Like because what happened was beforehand, JC took his beat. So the J to Izzo beat was supposed to go for the Dipset.
That makes so much sense.
Cameron. It was supposed to go to them, but JC was like, no, give it to me. So Kanye was like, of course, Jay-Z, here.
Yeah.
So here comes Cameron and Jim Jones. All of a sudden, here comes the song, and it's the H to the Izzo, and they're like, wait, that's our beat. But obviously not anymore. Jay-Z has it. So Cameron felt like, all right, they took our beat. Here's my theory. You let me know what happened. Cameron is petty, and he doesn't forget. He knew Just Blaze had a beat that is Jay-Z's, and it hasn't been used. This is what I'm thinking. This is just a theory. This is nothing.
Okay, I love it. Conspiracy theory.
Cameron knows that he can strong arm Just Blaze for that beat. It's like, give me that beat. I need to just use it for whatever reason. Because Cameron knows that he's a street dude, and Just Blaze is really just more of a dude that likes to do just music.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes, he takes the beat, he does whatever song, and doesn't really finish it. That's why this whole, right when he finished the song, he takes it to the radio station.
Okay.
That's what I know, because he knows that if he waits till the next morning, he can't do it. They'll stop him. So that's why he just made whatever song and just takes it right after to the radio station to put it out there, because he knows he can't wait until the morning because he cannot put it out. So my theory is that he did a song, went to the radio station just to be like, this is your beat. I took your beat, and now it's being played on the radio.
Okay.
Just so people can know this is your beat that he took.
I see.
Right.
Even though that he knew that the publishing was going to be all messed up, because Just Blaze told him this is not going to work, because, again, the publishing has to go. So I really think Cameron didn't give a damn. He was like, I don't care if I don't get any publishing. I just want to know that I took his beat too. So this is my theory. I think Cameron just took his beat just to say, I also took your beat just like you took mine. But
Tit for tat.
yes.
Yeah. That's a great theory. That makes a lot of sense, because it's like, why else would he rush 3 a.m. to the
That's
radio
what I'm saying.
station?
So
That's
that part I was like,
that's headcanon. I agree with that.
Headcanon.
nice.
It's a coined term.
Is it?
Yeah. I coined it. Yeah, I coined it. Yeah, me.
I like it.
Headcanon.
Take it. It was Shannon's fault. He mentioned Cameron and it just went.
It's okay. Nah, I love the rabbit holes that live inside your mind, because they're so like, it would be like if Eddie and I started talking about like very specific nerd lore, right? A lot of people just immediately check out, right? And I'm like, and some of the references that Xander makes, I'm like, are so like nuanced, and I'm just like, I'm trying so hard to follow, but I'm like grasping, like, wait, no.
Pull me up.
Yeah, help, please.
Gotcha.
I am trying though.
Appreciate that, bro.
You know, and I think that's the beauty of, and I've always appreciated this, the diversity. Yeah.
I like it.
I'm a big fan of the crowd that we got here. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. We are here. We've arrived at the XLounge. Shannon Ortega to my left.
What up? What up? What up?
Looking so good and so fresh.
Thank you. Thank you.
Every day of his life, he wakes up, he looks in the mirror, and he pisses excellence.
Yes. And I feel fantastic.
I love it. I'm a big fan. Thank you, Shannon, for
Love
being
it.
here.
I love that intro.
Over to the right,
Thank you. I love
on
that.
the leather couch, the real clean leather couch, we got green pants. We got Tupac, and Humpty Dumpty.
Wow.
You're welcome. No, I'm here. Black hat, New York. And then I can't describe this jacket, but it's real clean. Shannon, give me
I enjoy it.
One word.
Shannon, one word. One word.
We're gonna go.
Just one. Oh man, you
Coming.
Camo.
Camo. Okay, that works. It works.
That's the
It
only
works.
thing that came to mind.
Wow.
That
I
laugh
hope
was,
they got picked up.
that was
I hope they
high
got picked
frequency
up.
laughing.
And
That came from the heart.
Came from the pit.
finally, the prodigal son has returned to the couch.
He's back.
We have completed the circuit. The lights are on. The sex is in the room, ladies and gentlemen.
Woo! I'm ready for
Leather
it.
shirt,
Oh.
Eddie Saturn.
Eddie Saturn.
Welcome to the couch.
We are now
Good to be
in
back.
Saturn.
We're here, guys.
You
I'm
are
Rick.
now
Here we go.
Thanks for
Saturn.
joining us.
Yep.
Intergalactic.
All right. I'm going to kick my feet up here.
There it is.
No, I saw it.
Look at this guy.
Eddie, I'm going to just immediately jump right in.
Oh,
How have you been, man? How has
That is the
life
question.
across the United States been?
Across the land.
That's crazy. Sometimes I don't think about that. It is across. The fucking
Literally
country.
across.
You're in the opposite.
A
You're
different ocean.
Different time zone.
different time
everything.
zone.
who that?
Crazy. Yeah. It's amazing. It's not as amazing as being here right now in this moment, but it comes close. Let me tell you, LA's got some good food. LA's got some good music. I'm married, but LA's got some good looking people. If you're into that.
Sorry,
Attractive people are nice.
I don't want to
Huh.
interrupt, but it did.
Yeah, do it.
You're married?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Congratulations.
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 Breaking news, guys.
Yes.
Eddie Saturn,
Wasn't aware.
a married man.
Go ahead, but
Married man.
cool.
Yeah, skip
Sorry,
over that.
ladies.
Go ahead. No, sure.
You can still come to my shows, ladies. The food is like, you guys need to go to LA when I'm there, and I need to show you some food because it is
I'm in.
mind-boggling. My favorite. I'm very
instantly
picky.
I mean, listen, you don't got to pull my arm much
So
to tell me to go
It's a
somewhere.
little, come this way.
So, sorry, I'm interrupting you again.
No, do it. Keep doing it.
Foods. We're talking about foods.
Yep.
Eddie, there was a time you took me to this really cool spot. It's like a hip hop spot. I don't know if it was East Hampton or Northampton.
East Hampton.
East Hampton. Really.
Talking about daily operation.
Yes.
Yep.
And we had a asparagus sandwich.
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah. It's one of the best sandwiches
So
with asparagus in it.
everything good, guys?
Yeah.
No,
No, I'm
sorry.
in the anticipation.
Sorry. No, the thing is, no, Eddie was. This is exactly what Eddie
Yeah,
was doing with this
yeah.
sandwich. And the anticipation that, because Eddie was like, this sandwich, I need you guys to try this sandwich. And I was like, whoa, okay, let's go. So we get there. The sandwich was $33.
I don't think it was just the sandwich.
I didn't have anything else because the sandwich was $33.
Wow.
I think there was more.
It had to be more.
What did I have? What else?
know.
I had the
Chips.
sandwich.
Let's start of chips.
You got.
Yeah, the chips
Well,
are
that's the
17
thing. I felt
and the
like
sandwich is 17.
what just happened? It was again was the sandwich was a piece of bread, well, two pieces of bread, and asparagus, sandwich over.
Just
Yes or no? Yes or no?
like
I wanna
five
tell the
asparagus.
No, I want to tell
Raw?
the story a little bit.
Okay.
No,
different.
not raw. It was cooked. It was.
Sure.
It tastes
Well,
well.
I don't even
But it was
want to tell the story differently. I want to ask, did you like it? Because I forget what your rating of it. Were you just like, oh, this is okay, or were you like, this is
It was.
good?
it was.
Be honest. It's cool.
No, it was mid. The thing
It
is,
was mid. Okay. Okay. I heard
this
the
is the
mid.
thing. I'm not even done yet. That's the problem.
Okay. Tell the story.
Because the reason why I know it was, I only got this sandwich because I was like, because it's one of those hipster bars. It was really cool ambiance,
When
but
in Rome, yeah.
you already know that these prices for whatever it is are gonna be like, whoa. So this sandwich, I guess it was like a gourmet sandwich, and it was a specialty sandwich, and it was
Was it fancy bread?
Yes, artisanal
actually, yes.
bread.
Well, that's the
Okay.
thing. So that's the thing. Yes,
Okay.
it was. But see, that's what I'm
Elevation.
saying.
Olive oil.
But see, that's what I'm saying.
Right,
So-
extra virgin olive oil. There it is. That's where the price coming in.
Exactly. So but,
drizzle.
but it is still
It's a $17 drizzle.
Asparagus, whatever, olive oil, and a piece of bread. So regardless, I was like, cool.
No cheese.
It was more than that. It wasn't cheese, but they had like an aioli. Like they have like their
Sure,
own-
it was some kind of
Aioli
spread
be
over it.
smacking.
Yeah, it may not be olive oil, but it was an aioli.
Right. It was
Sure.
some sort of
That sounds like $33
I
worth.
don't think it was $33. I'm not calling you a liar. I'm just saying.
I wish I could
feel
have.
like there was
This is the
more
reason.
to
Listen,
this.
this is
I
the
think
reason.
you paid for my food too, maybe.
No, this is the reason why I know that I pay that much because when it is something like this, an experience like this, I was like, I'm gonna remember this. This is a good story because again,
Immediately
I
wrote
felt
about it.
like and I want you to tell the story too, but I feel like
yeah.
I was literally just bread, asparagus, some kind of
Artisanal
aioli.
bread.
Sure.
You have to make sure you add that in there.
Yeah. And yeah, that was.
Eddie, I need your version of this story. I only have this version of this story.
Go ahead.
So that's why I was like, okay, I don't know if I could tell another version because I don't know. I don't know what you paid $33 for.
Go ahead.
An
But
experience.
I have
Memories.
an experience. I feel like you paid for mine and I paid you back or something like that.
Could
because
be.
that makes more sense.
Could be.
Because I do not think
That-
they have a $33.
That checks out.
So
You settled
maybe
it
that's
on the
my
back
story.
end. That checks out. I could see that. $15 sandwich,
Could be.
maybe.
And the sandwich is a little bit more than that.
What is
You're not wrong that
What is it?
it is bread, asparagus, and a spread, but I think it had like
Toasted.
yeah, it was toasted.
Truffle.
Yeah, I don't know what else it had, but I know
No, it was a very. It was an
Simple.
interesting. It was a very
it
simple.
was rustic.
But I
is
was
the
still
word I
very
would use,
like
rustic.
sure.
I
Would
mean,
you get it again? If it wasn't $33.
No, it was an experience. I was like, oh, cool. Not a sandwich I would get again. Because personally, me, I like my sandwiches to have an assortment of meats, cheese, please.
I didn't say anything.
You know, just if I'm gonna have a sandwich, it's gonna be packed.
Like a BLT?
More.
Would you
he
get a
says.
BLT?
I'm translating more. Right?
Yeah, I don't want to be. I don't even. What exactly? When was the last time you had a BLT?
Never.
Yeah. When is anybody here in this room?
BLT's a
When was the
scam.
last time you went and said, I would like to have a BLT?
Yeah, I never.
I
have
feel like Rick orders BLT.
I can make a really good BLT, and we're gonna talk about it.
Rick's a habitual BLT order. I feel it. With multi-grain bread.
Wow.
I be loving multigrain bread. I do love me some multigrain
People,
bread.
why do you guys order BLTs, man? That's not a complete sandwich. First of all, bacon is a complimentary meat. It's not a standalone meat. Although it's delicious, it's not a standalone meat.
Hey, at least it's not a asparagus sandwich. Okay? Like, yo, no, seriously.
You got him.
The sandwich comes out, and he obviously didn't notice, but I'm just there looking like,
Where's the rest?
in horror, like
no, because I was like, there's literally just bread, asparagus, and another piece of bread, and that was
That
literally
sounds
it.
hella disappointing. It really does. But to be fair, can I just real quick, just let me get it out.
Go ahead.
Real quick.
Go ahead.
Okay. Here is my BLT.
All right,
okay?
let's hear it.
Bread, lettuce, bacon, mayonnaise. Pause. Then you take those ingredients, you mash them all up into a delicious little whip of a thing, like a nice mixture. And then you take that and then you put it on the bread. And then you go lettuce, bacon, nice pile of all the ingredients, and then some more lettuce and some more bacon. So now we have the ingredients, and the ingredients have ingredients.
Oh, okay,
That's
Rick.
just too much work.
I don't know.
I feel like
But
to
it's
write
delicious.
that out, You need to write it out. You know, like writing an equation like PEMDAS. It has to be in parentheses, like BLT. Parentheses.
But BLT ingredients. Yeah. That's exactly what it is. It's putting the BLT ingredients inside of the BLT. The only thing that's not in that little mix is the bread, which, to be fair, I could probably figure that out. But
You're making BLT salad.
back to Eddie.
That's
LA.
what you're making.
Eddie, so any like highlights while you've been out in LA, because we fully off the rails, which is completely expected. Tell me more. Did you visit the token sites, like the touristy locations that you got to go here if you're in LA, you got to go check it out?
Definitely.
Give me a couple. Give me like one or two of those, maybe.
Highlight?
Yeah, please.
BLTs.
I bet you there's about some $35 BLT sandwiches in
bougie
LA.
BLTs out in LA.
We went to
Daily operation.
Daily operation.
And there's
we gotta
other
go.
stuff.
We
So,
gotta
okay.
go, guys.
All right.
I'm not gonna have an asparagus sandwich.
the closure on that, if you will.
Yeah, go ahead.
Maybe don't get that sandwich. I love that sandwich, and there's
Sure did.
better, because they call it a sandwich Judor. There's better Judor sandwiches.
Okay.
That's what it's called, like the
Yeah.
type of sandwich.
But yeah. I don't know what it means, but I know that they had like
Is it French?
has to be.
I think that means like
French.
adore, right?
yeah.
I love you sandwich. Yeah, that would be my
It's an
guess.
I love you
J'adore.
sandwich.
I love adore.
Or adore, like a gateway to sandwiches.
That's deep. That's too deep for Western Mass. This man came in with a Los Angeles
I'm a new man.
profound talk.
A gateway to a new sandwich.
That's a man that's been living in LA for a while. Man, talking about gateway sandwiches.
Oh my god, bro. Man, you just rocked my world with that comment, bro.
The asparagus sandwich is just the gateway to all the artisanal sandwiches.
That's what it is.
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
I think I did pay for both of us, Eddie.
I think you did.
So
I think you did.
We did the math.
Yeah, I think so.
It makes
I
more
apologize, daily operation. But
There you go. Let him back in.
It just I don't know, man.
Don't let him back
Because
in.
I still paid $15 for bread, asparagus, and
That's regular though. Cost of inflation.
Right. I digress. Go to Daily Op. For real.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
we're
try.
gonna
I'm gonna
go.
go.
Yeah,
we're gonna
I'm
go.
gonna
We're gonna go. Just to, I want
We're
to hear
committed.
this guy's review.
Yes.
We're committed.
It's a cool
now.
spot to go to. I'm not even gonna lie.
It is very cool. In fact, we should go December 1st. There's do you know what's his name? He has a group called Arm & Hammer, and I can't think of his name. Everybody likes him. He's like he's the rapper that everybody likes now. I digress. It'll come to me later. I feel Billy Woods.
Sure, yeah, totally.
Never
Yeah,
heard of
Billy
Billy
Woods, absolutely.
Billy Woods show
I've never
December
heard
1st at Daily Op.
Is he like local or is he like a?
He's
like
big. He's big. He's like Arm & Hammer's done stuff with like Earl Sweatshirt. You know Earl Sweatshirt?
Yeah.
Yeah, we should go December
Go
1st.
for it. Yes, I'm down.
Hey.
But
Yes.
LA,
Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot of cool spots that I could like tell each of you like specifically
Yeah.
that we should go to. Like you like film. I think we all like film, but specifically
I do.
there's a lot
I'm
of
a fan.
cool
Yes.
like the Chinese theater,
Okay.
really fucking cool.
Amazing.
Went
Yes.
there and I saw Quantumanium.
That is awesome.
Mid-movie.
Mid movie, but
Great
cool,
experience.
cool place. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, totally. That's a great place to go watch a movie. I would love to.
Movie.
That was dope.
Yes. It's
What?
good.
What is? I'm sorry, Eddie, because you are. I like your criticism when it comes to any music or especially movies. You get really deep into it.
Appreciate that.
What is a good? Like this movie is top rated. What is that movie? What does it have?
There's a few. The one that came to mind
Yep.
was Joker. Joker was pretty good.
What
It was really
happened?
good.
What about that movie that was like this is top because
Man.
boom.
It's funny that I picked Joker because it's such a strange one to rate because I only watched it once. Not because I don't want to watch it again, but because the first time experience is everything. It doesn't mean it's bad the second time. I mean, I haven't watched it the second time, but it doesn't mean it's bad. It's just that's what made it so amazing. You just didn't expect
So you
where it
guys
was
are
going.
in
And
agreement.
you agree, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Incredible.
That movie was incredible.
no,
Incredible.
but-
and the first time watch is insane. Have you watched it more than once?
No, just saw it once.
Just once.
I watched it one other time recently.
And it was good, right? But I wish I could unsee it and
Yeah.
re-see it again.
I feel
That's
that way
how
about
good
a lot,
it
yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Man.
That's not because it's bad. It's
Have you
because I
seen the
want to
movie?
see
No,
it
I
for the
haven't.
first time.
But I'm just looking at other movies that I've seen before. I've noticed that when I see it again, I sometimes catch something just because
Totally.
I get, like
Yeah.
True.
ooh,
Maybe I have to watch it
ooh.
again.
I'm not saying that what you're saying is not true, but whenever you see something again, it's kind of like writing something and you reread it. I was like, oh, hey, I should fix this. I just may catch something again in the second watch.
Yeah.
So, but I get at the same time what you're saying. You're probably gonna be like, oh, that was a great watch. I don't want to ruin it again by watching it again and saying, oh, that wasn't that good.
Right.
So I get
Partially that. And just because it's like the experience is so different when you don't know what's around the corner. You know what I mean? For that movie in particular.
I agree, by the way.
You remember
I just-
Joker? You've seen?
I haven't
Joker?
seen the movie
Oh
Joker.
my god!
It's
Right.
great.
That's the thing.
You
no,
should
I
watch that.
I watch it. The cinematography on it
Xander
is
never
top
watches
tier.
movies.
That's the thing. There's a lot of things.
established.
People be like, hey, you should.
You don't be
What?
hold on.
should
You don't be
watch it.
watching movies?
I'm not so much of a movie guy. I'm more of a documentary guy.
Yeah.
But not so much a movie guy.
I'm always going to show up for the visuals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean-
I've been enjoying documentaries more and more, but I've been finding that now when I watch them, my brain is just in like work mode. I'm like, oh, that's a cool shot. Let me. Then I'm constantly like looking
So
at stuff.
inspiration. You get inspiration from
Yeah,
that? Good.
or ideas, and I'm like,
That's dope.
oh, that's a cool shot. Oh, I like this transition, and then I have to pause it because my brain would just go on a like a.
Dope.
It's like, oh, I wonder how they lit this, and then I pause it, and I'm like, study it. I'm like, oh, where's the lighting coming from? So
Which one are you worse with, music or film?
film,
Film.
live music, but film, any type of like visual.
Yeah.
My
your
brain is like
is
in
more.
working.
But like, do you ever? Might be a little nuanced, but like, do you critique it also, or is it just like, oh, I like that, and then the negative stuff you just gloss over?
It's more, I like it, I don't like it.
Okay.
But I don't really like critique it.
Yeah.
It's like either yay or nay for me.
All right. Joker's a great movie. You should definitely watch it.
Well,
But the what was the name of that theater again?
Chinese theater.
Chinese theater. I didn't know if it was that literal. or
So
not.
what? When you first said Chinese theater, and then you said Quantumania, I wasn't expecting that because I was expecting the Chinese theater was going to be more focused on
Asian films.
Asian films, Asian history. I don't know.
I think it. I actually don't know the history, so I can't even say. I think
Is it
I
like
can
in
imagine.
like a Chinatown ish area or?
It's in that. It's like in the center of Hollywood. You go to. Is that West Hollywood? I'm on the spot now.
Is that right where the stars are? Aren't they around there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So the what is it called? The Walk of Fame? Is that the Hall of the
I thought it was a Walk of Fame.
Walk of Fame.
Walk of Fame?
I could be
We're gonna say that.
completely. Let's just say
Well,
this.
fact
I always
check
butcher
that.
it. I always butcher. I shouldn't now. I've been there for like a year now. But yeah, it's in that area. Like what I think that's West Hollywood. I'm pretty sure.
How is that area? That whole area with like the Walk of Fame is it always crowded and?
I hate
Hollywood Walk of Fame. Yes. Thumbs up.
Okay, cool. So I'm the wrong person to ask because I hate that type of stuff. So on my drive to LA, I went to Niagara Falls. Has the same feel as Manhattan. Has the same feel as West Hollywood.
The city in Niagara Falls, or just the commotion around
The commotion. So it doesn't look like it, but the vibe. I hate plasticky, touristy feel because everything's old, hasn't been redone in years, kind of dirty, busy. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All have the same thing. No disrespect to West Hollywood, but it's just like it gives me the
Yeah.
irk. And okay, here's a cool highlight. I worked the John Wick 4 premiere.
Nice.
Which was really fucking cool. I met Bob Odenkirk. I met this artist named Rina Sawayama. I saw Lawrence Fishburne, and like right where that camera is, Lawrence Fishburne and Keanu Reeves were.
Nice.
Okay.
Pretty cool. And it was in front of the Chinese theater.
So I'm gonna put you in the spot. No. Sorry, you keep
Segue
talking.
here.
I'm gonna put you in the spot. You being Eddie Saturn, and you having this opportunity. How do you sell yourself
In LA.
to this? You're in LA. You spoke about you saw major people. Which you just mentioned. How do you? Because again, if you're in LA, you gotta always tell yourself, "This is what I do. This is what I am." How exactly? How do you get this job? First of all, now that you have it, did you ever think, okay, I need to sell myself and I need to make some kind of networking. I need to meet somebody.
Yeah, 100%.
So first of all, how did you get this job? How did that start? Working a John Wick movie.
So I have a knack for knowing people. Like I just know people. I like talking to people. I like networking. So a friend from out here had a friend out there that became friends with me and was like, "Oh, you need AV work? Here you Yo,
What's AV work? I don't know what that
AV, audio visual.
is. Audio visual.
So I did. Yep. You know what I'm talking about. So I signed up for gigs for the 2 companies that my friend told me about, and the one that I did the John Wick premiere for, like the boss loved me. Like before I even got the job, on the interview, he was like, he like loved my music. Shout out to Ernie. That's my guy. I wish you guys can meet him. I hope you do when you guys go over there. Great guy. He's like, I love your music. I love your personality. Let's do a music video. So I didn't shy away from being like, this is what I do. And that's 100% what everybody does in LA. If you do multiple things, don't shy away from it. Because what you do to make money may not be what you do to be happy. And it might be the thing that you're happy about might be what you're trying to make money. So you should always talk about it. Anyway, Ernie was like, you can do a music video in my studio. You guys would love his studio. Huge. And he has video walls, and he has this AR rig, which the Mandalorian used like a really high end AR rig to do it. So I have a music video that was shot with an AR rig.
So
That's a good example of like networking. You just say what you do. Be honest. Be full, and people will either they care about it, or they don't. You know what I mean? You move on if somebody doesn't care about it. You find something cool when they do.
what about that?
As though I can imagine LA, the amount of people that move to LA to chase their dream, the amount of people that are working these jobs with their side hustle.
Yep.
So I'm assuming everyone's talking about what they're doing on the side. It's like, oh, I got this and that.
Yeah.
From any, it could be like a vast variety of different things that are people are into.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy.
And LA is in such a weird, not weird, but opportune area, because you go north and you have Silicon Valley. You go south and you have Vegas. You got like Seattle. It has like all these like weird hubs for different things. Like Seattle, for me, I think of like medical, you know what I mean? So it's like all these people with not just entertainment industry shit, but like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All types of stuff.
All types of shit coming to LA. Like Vegas has a lot of like, you know, there's the artists that have, what is it called, residencies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So there's that type of artists coming into LA. You have the adult video stuff coming from Vegas into LA. You know what I mean? So it's literally everything. Not anything, everything.
Yeah. Jeez. It's wild, like the like New York LA juxtaposition, right? Because it's like ultra mega city, right? Like where there's just like everybody's there, like so many humans. Like the heat map is like burning red, you know what I mean, on a map.
Yeah.
And then there's like the middle of the US where like no one cares.
Yeah.
There's a couple outliers, Chicago, right?
Chicago's cool.
You know, I can't think of a single other, Montana, maybe, I don't know. Not for like city stuff, but like, I mean, a lot of rich people live in Montana.
That's true.
But just, I don't know. What is it about being on the coast that makes such a difference? Like, what is that, you know?
Yeah. I didn't
Something
even think
to
about
that, right? It's like the close proximity to water and like swaths of activity. Yeah.
Isn't that so, this is very head ass, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Isn't that so poetic? Because you think of how life started by water. Isn't that a little cool? Isn't that fucking cool? That it just comes back like literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they say, I forget what the number is, but I want to say, and don't quote me on this, but it was like studies show that people who live next to water are like 20% happier than people who don't live next to water, or like who can see the water.
Crazy.
Are we considered? No.
Yeah. I would say we can't see it.
I mean, we're closer than people in the middle of the country.
Oh yeah.
Right.
I mean, we're
So-
an hour.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
some
yeah.
change.
So it's within reach for us, certainly.
Yeah.
I mean, God bless. I
people
love.
that are landlocked are.
Yeah, that's tough. Just God, I can't imagine being like super far from the beach. Like that would be so depressing to me.
They got like lakes and stuff.
Yeah, it's not the same though.
The Midwest definitely does. Like obviously like Lake Erie and stuff like that. When I was I like Nebraska. I never thought, if you
Wow.
asked me a year
Okay.
ago, last time we were on this podcast, I wouldn't have said I like Nebraska.
Go
Like,
on.
I'm never going to that place. That place is cool. Like all those little states near the lakes. Like I love Chicago.
Yeah,
Um,
Michigan. Right?
Michigan
Around
was
there,
pretty
yeah.
cool. Like in driving there, I saw it for a long time. You know what I mean? Nebraska had good food. So I pulled up to Nebraska and I'm like, I was so nervous. I'm like, I am not gonna go. I was nervous that people were gonna be racist or
Sure.
like, you know, whatever.
You don't-
like,
right, you don't
young
know.
black dude,
Right.
blah blah blah. So I typed most hipster cities in Nebraska.
I love it.
And I found some stuff. There was a place called, where did I? Padilla or something like that. And it had a Spanish name, so I'm like, okay, maybe I trust this. and I'm glad I did, because I went there, really good food, really nice people. Everybody was just so nice. And I would go back. Like I found a restaurant that I liked that I would go back for.
Nebraska.
Never in a million years would I have made that assumption. But I love that. I love that. So I mean, damn, man. Like, I mean, I'm not going to ask you to recap your entire trip, but you literally drove cross country. How many hours? Like, because I know you stopped. So, like, from start to you getting to LA, how much time transpired? Was it a week?
What's
2 weeks?
today's date?
3rd.
Yesterday was a year from the day that I drove.
For real?
Yes.
Wow.
Which is kind of crazy.
Wow.
Wow.
So I left the second, which was crazy, because I was just like, do you still remember the feeling when you were little and you had to go to school and you had the butterflies in your stomach?
Oh, yeah.
And you're just like, you're like, I don't want to go. You'd think of anything you can to not go.
Yep.
That happened for the first, like immediately, like as soon as I got in my car and I'd say bye to Yana, I like literally looked back and I was like, I don't have to do this. Like,
Oh, man.
it was a little bit of me, because the other part of me, like I'll say like 70% of me was like, this is it. This is, you know, and then the 30% was just like butterflies. Anyway, it was the second. Once I got to like Buffalo, which was like 6 hours, I think, it was over. I was like, yo, this is amazing. Like I was 100% just ready for the road. Then I got into Canada. The only bad part from that leg of the trip was that I left at 8 p.m. It's stupid. It's stupid. Like, please call me stupid. That was so dumb.
That's wild.
8 p.m.
I left at 8 p.m., drove 8 hours to Ontario, Canada, and I was so tired. I was swerving in the road. Don't tell my mom I was swerving in the road. Had to keep myself up, rolling down the window. But I'm a good driver, so it was like it was fine.
Sure.
I made it to Canada and it was like cozy.
I'm a good driver too.
It was perfect. Ontario, Canada was amazing. So that was the first stop. To answer your question, because I didn't even answer it. It was
No, it's okay.
from the 2nd to the 7th, so 5 days.
Wow.
And I could have done it quicker, I realized.
I
but
mean, yeah, you went to Canada first, which
went
to
to
be
Canada.
fair, fuck it. I mean, if you're going to make the
I wanted to see
time.
Niagara Falls. So
Yeah,
my
why
grandma,
not?
she shout out to my grandma. She always wanted to see Niagara Falls, and I was like, I'm gonna do it for her. I'm gonna take pictures. I'm gonna video call her. It was beautiful. I saw it from the Canada side. It's beautiful. So that was day one.
That's awesome.
Amazing. Then I did I believe it was another 8 hours into Chicago. That was rough. So I might be like red flagged in Canada, because I got a ticket for $600 for being on my phone
Dang.
looking for directions. So I
Wow.
wasn't reckless on my phone. I had to piss, bro. And I was freaking out because I'm like, I gotta piss. I'm gonna piss myself. I don't know where I am. My phone is like, was dead or something like that. And I was like, just looking, like trying to fix it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I need to like figure out where I'm going. And a cop, he was just like mad, like stoic. And I was just
Yeah.
annoyed by that. I was like, and I told him like, bro, I'm going to piss myself. And he just kind of ignored it. And I found like, where can I go to pee?
Yeah.
Can I like pee here? Is there a stop? And he's like, just find an exit. Like that's literally what he said. I'm like, all right, screw you. He gave me a
Wow.
ticket for $600. Didn't pay it. Not gonna pay it.
Thanks, Canada.
Thanks, Canada. So that was the only bad part there. Then I went obviously west and then south to Detroit, through Detroit to Chicago. And I met my internet friend, who's now like real life friend, Diwa, who's on my song Dork, little promotion.
Damn, really? Like, you knew them, but you had never met them until this trip.
Yep.
Amazing.
And it was perfect. It was amazing. Diwa showed me Chicago. Shout out to Diwa. Love that woman. She's hilarious. She's such a sweetheart. She had like a itinerary plan for like where we're gonna go.
Yeah.
She showed me this souffle Japanese pancake place. She showed me I forgot what it's called. It's in the center of Chicago. It's like this Yeah, it is a ball. It's like
bean?
a ball. Yeah, the bean.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it's called. She showed me the bean. And then, oh yeah, bro, there was some hiccups in this trip. So getting to Chicago, my car, the flex pipe rusted
Oh
off
my gosh.
because the guy, shout out to the guy that sold me the car because it's still like, he sold me a great car, but there were so many things that were wrong with that car that he didn't tell me that I could have saved me like a heart attack.
Yeah.
Because I had a heart attack. I was like, I'm gonna be stuck in Chicago. I'm gonna have to live here. I was like freaking out. Then the guy there was like, he told me the bad news. He was like, it's so rusty. If we do any metal work to this, it's just gonna keep rusting.
Wow.
So you're gonna have to get a new one. And it was like $2,000 or something like that. I'm like, that was like all my money.
Wow.
Then he's like, wait a minute. If we're gonna put a new one anyway, why not try to weld it? I'll do it because you're gonna have to pay anyway. Welded it to this day, still welded. Knock on wood. We gotta knock on wood for this. Still welded onto my car, and that's what got me for $150.
Wow.
Got me all the way to Nebraska from there, which was 11 hours. That's the longest leg because I didn't want to break it in half. I just did the full like 11 or 12 hours. Nebraska to Arizona. No, Nebraska to Denver. Denver to Arizona because I want to see the Grand Canyon. So, yeah, I did the weirdest shit.
You definitely didn't take the optimal route.
You didn't
but
go straight.
no.
You just went up, down,
Down, up, wherever I wanted. 'Cause
you
I
hit the
wanted to see
landmarks
world.
though. So
I
like
did.
you might like it's almost like you might as well since you're going that way.
Yeah.
In 5 days is to do that in 5 days is
It's aggressive.
Come on.
That's aggressive.
It's not bad.
Yeah,
I want to do that.
do it. I recommend.
How much did
everybody.
you sleep at the end of that trip?
Like when I got to LA?
I mean, yeah. Like, were you like just dead? I mean, now you were ready to go.
It was so amazing. I wish you can drive everywhere because it's better. You don't get jet lagged.
there.
You sleep like whenever you stop. You know what I mean? So I was like pretty well rested. But to answer your question, I was just on 100. I was like, I'm here.
Yeah.
This is crazy. I got people to see. I got things to do. So immediately, like day one, I was just already like
Love it.
in the ground running.
Love it.
Yeah.
And
I gotta do that. I want to drive. That's on my bucket list.
that does sound amazing.
Drive to California.
The only time I've thought about doing that trip is like I want to rent an RV and drive across country, which is like the most token.
I would love to do it in an RV.
But
Yeah, I
like
wanna
doing
do
it
it
that
right.
way
Yeah.
sounds like a little extra fun, right? Because you get
Yeah.
like all these amenities
Yeah.
while you're driving, right? So
I want to do it like the fun way. Like,
Yeah, do it the fun
Do an
way.
RV,
I
right?
wish I had an RV.
RV. Yeah.
I wish.
That'd be so amazing. I'm so
right.
down.
Then
do it.
There's another thing I want to do
right.
in terms of traveling. I like being spontaneous. So, and I would love to do this with people, but it requires planning.
Okay.
So I'm thinking everyone that wants to do this, they save money. Let's say $1,500 or $2,000, whatever.
$2,000. Okay, let's go for it.
We all put money in a hat and we find a trusted person. We give them our criteria. Like it needs to be this style place to stay. Like it can't be like cheap stuff,
Yep.
but pick a random destination and we ain't gonna know until we're at the airport.
You just let somebody.
You buy the stuff,
Oh man.
buy the place to stay, and we get to the airport. We just know the airline, and we're there.
That sounds amazing.
hard.
That sounds like the Amazing Race, which is a great show.
That's dope.
That sounds amazing.
Just
That's a really good idea, actually.
I love that.
find a person, whether it be like, hey, this is the criteria that we're looking for.
Yep.
Surprise us.
Wow.
We're gonna do that.
That sounds great.
I've been wanting to do it for years.
We're gonna do that. We got plenty of time. We're
So
gonna
now,
do that.
once you get to this spot, who's gonna guide you?
That's the whole. That's the person.
That's
you're
the
paying,
fun.
Right?
That's
Oh,
You're gonna have a concierge literally guide you through and do all the cool shit from start to finish.
we can do that. That's a better plan. My plan was just you buy the tickets, we arrive, and once we land there, we figure out amongst the group
Indonesia.
what's
Oh,
gonna
that's
happen.
not at all what I perceived from that. Wait, so what are you saying then? What are you paying for then?
I'm just paying the person to buy the flights, just so it can be a surprise.
Oh,
buy the flights and stay?
So you're saying surprise
And
me with
stay.
a flight
To surprise me to where I'm going for the next 4 days.
Wow, that's
With the flights
okay,
and
okay.
stay, though.
What? Yeah,
Yeah,
what,
everything.
yeah.
Like
but then you figure out what you're gonna do when you get there.
Yes.
I got
Well, yeah, that's key.
Okay,
So
okay.
I don't want to. I'm not flighting now. Hey, figure it out once I get there. Like I don't have a place to stay because that would
No,
suck.
yeah, man.
Flight and
flight
place
and
to stay.
stay,
Flight,
and
stay,
then you
transportation,
figure out what
like-
you're gonna do.
Just- okay,
Yeah, whatever stuff to be situated and safe and whatever
Yeah.
in whatever country. Like,
So like, all right, we just got to Jamaica. Hey, you're gonna stay at somewhere in Kingston
Yep.
for 4 days, and here's your
yes.
transportation.
Yes.
So by the time we get to the airport, you have to find. I'm like, all right, we're going to Kingston, Jamaica. Okay, what? We're here for 4 days. What are we gonna do?
See, I want the handler experience.
That'd be great too. That's
I want the hand.
That's
I
a
want,
much
like,
better
the,
idea.
like-
What's the handler experience?
Like literally, like we're hiring a person who's from the island, who's like top tier elites, you know, black car service type of like, I'm gonna escort you here. We're gonna do this. Now we're gonna go back over here. Now we're gonna do this. Boom. Now we're gonna do this. Which sounds super extra,
no, but it's good.
Nah,
but
that's-
like that type of experience, like having this like
if it's international,
curated-
I'm 100% in for that. If,
Right,
if
that's
it's
what-
like
yeah,
domestic,
yeah.
that's whatever. But
yes.
because I mean, if we go to Nebraska, I'm sure we can figure out how to get around. But if we're
Wow.
going to Indonesia,
got it.
Nah,
we
yeah.
don't speak the language and stuff.
Give me a handler. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So like the
Okay.
goal would be like how much money do you save up? Like what timetable, right? And then who is the person that we trust
Right.
to book it, whether it be a planning person or like a booking agent
Yeah.
or whatever. And then we just pick the criteria. Like it has to be this. It has to be like at least a 4-star hotel, whatever it is. So we're
Yeah,
not
yeah,
staying
yeah,
in
yeah.
a hostel.
Hard pass.
Yeah,
Yeah. Hard pass.
but I think it'll be great because you don't.
This
then
sounds
you're
like a great idea.
You're just open to the experience of whatever happens the next 4 days.
It should be blind as much as possible. I mean, obviously, when you get there, you're gonna be like, "Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
here."
the goal.
But even like blind into the hotel or something, as blind as you can make it until it's like,
Yeah,
all right,
look.
at this
no,
point,
That'd be crazy. Like if
Blindfold me all the way up to my hotel room and then put me in my hotel
listen,
room.
if it got bougie
Yeah,
to the
I know.
point that we have a private chartered flight, I mean that's extra.
wow.
yo, it could
Sorry.
happen.
Yo, I love. Let's keep piling it on. How much more?
Yeah, let's just keep dreaming. Let's come on.
And
Let's
then-
plan.
Why not?
We're gonna do this.
That's right.
Love it.
Thank you.
But like a more realistic one would be, just paying.
Yeah, yeah.
Something.
I love it though.
But you find out once you're at the airport.
Yeah, I guess you have to, right?
Yeah, 'cause you have to check in and stuff.
Yeah, true.
No, but
That's as blind as it can be.
having that person like let's just say Jamaica. Once we get there, there's this dude's just like, hey, I'm here for the XLounge podcast. Guys, follow me.
Yep.
That is so key to have in
Yep.
a place that you have no idea where you are.
Yeah,
Rather than, hey, let's figure it out. Because more than likely, when you say let's figure it out, you're gonna Google it. More than
Hopefully,
likely, hey,
maybe
yeah.
if your phone works.
cool place in the around near me, blah blah blah. So rather than have that, you have somebody like you said, it's
Curated,
like from
baby.
exactly from the area. I was like, nah, let me take you to X, Y, and
That's
Z.
what you need, bro.
Yeah, so
Yo, but
I'm definitely down with that.
that'll be sick. Imagine the day comes, we paid our money, we get to Bradley, and we find out when we check in that we're going to Brazil.
Oh, damn.
Random.
That
I'm
would be
like-
amazing.
I'm like, all right, Brazil, here we come. Or whatever, insert random country.
But then plot twist, it's like the events of the Fire Festival happen, and we have just the worst
Oh,
nightmarish.
that would suck.
Like,
Wow.
oh, you're gonna stay
Fire
here in a
Festival.
tent. Maybe you're gonna have a bed. The food situation is kind of sus.
you have to hunt your own food.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry, man.
And
yeah.
I think if we even went to the extreme and created a video series of this experience, it'll be great. It'll be great content.
I like
everything's content. I love it. Full circle.
Let's I want to put Mr. Eddie Statter here on the hot spot.
that. Do it.
Boom, spotlight. Let's say somebody comes with a topic that is very controversial to you at a podcast.
Mhm.
And you need to answer the question with your opinion, but you know that your opinion might be like,
Controversial.
damn, this might stop my whole thing that I'm trying to do. Like, okay, you're trying to LA, you're trying to get out there, but then whatever topic it is, but you know that your take is like controversial,
Uh-huh.
but you still want to keep it real. Which do you play it safe, or do you take like I'm still gonna be me?
So, in in academic shoes, he's dumb for saying I have a controversial thing that I'm not gonna say.
He might as well just said it.
Or said nothing. Either one of those options is better than saying I have this thing that is terrible.
Yep.
So
Absolutely, I
I'm
agree.
not gonna put myself in that situation.
Yep.
As Eddie Saturn, I think that I have some like fringe opinions or less popular opinions. If I'm asked them and I'm okay with giving them, I'm going to say it. I'm going to have a conversation. I'm not going to get heated. I'm not going to get defensive. I'm not going to be shy about it, because if I'm wrong, right, then I'm open to being wrong. Let me figure that out. I think people are just so afraid of that. And that's what makes it controversial. You know what I mean? You feel me? I think that's what makes it all commotion.
I'm sorry. I just so this is the part the reason why I asked this question.
Put that mic a little bit closer.
The reason why I asked this question is because that part right there is very essential. Just having a conversation, even if it isn't a debate. Let's just say we're having a conversation. You have to be open about being wrong.
Yeah.
You just can't think, no, you're wrong and I'm right.
Right.
And if you believe that and you act upon that, that I can like, all right, I can see that this conversation is not going to go anywhere.
Correct. It's a bad conversation.
Yeah.
It's a bad situation.
And to put like a huge like bomb. So this is, I watched his, and it just always happens to social media, unfortunately, but whatever. It was this guy that was speaking to this transgender person and asked him a question, but you can tell that this transgender person just kept getting more angrier and angrier. And it was a very simple question, but that's the thing that I don't understand. Is just like, have a dialogue. We're not trying to say you're right and you're wrong. Just like, just talk about it.
Yeah.
But I feel like the one side just gets very defensive, very angry right away. And this is the part. How do we deal with somebody who's like, if we're trying to have a conversation about something that's very, very real, very controversial, I want to learn. I don't want to seems like I'm offending you or I'm putting judgment. I just want to learn. And if something doesn't make sense to me, I'm gonna speak up. I'm like, this doesn't make sense to me. How can you say this? Now, I'm not saying to become a scientist on the spot and prove it to me, but if something doesn't make sense to me, just understanding that's just all it is. That it just doesn't make sense to me. Doesn't mean like I disagree. Doesn't mean that I'm pointing fingers. Just I don't agree with it. I don't understand. That's it.
Yeah. That's, man, it's complicated. When I look at the big picture, there's a lot of people, everybody, I can't even say there's a lot of people, everybody has an experience that's going to make them react a certain way. And sometimes it's very hard to be present and be like, oh, I'm feeling this reaction coming. I need to like be stoic or whatever. It's hard not to defend because I think we should all be like this, have a conversation about whatever it is that we need to conversate about and be open to being wrong and open to teaching somebody and be open to learning. But it's hard. I guess that's all I'm saying. It's hard, you know? I'm not sure what the conversation was with that transgender person. And
I forgot what it was exactly. It was just some kind of reel that I came about, but they weren't so focused so much on the question. And we're just so much on the anger from the person that it was just like, we just want to have a conversation with you because we don't know. But the person was just very, just it's like
defensive.
Yeah, and that's the part to me. When in a conversation, debate, in any type of the whatever setting, if you start becoming very emotional and defensive, to me, you're losing this battle.
Yeah,
just me. Like I don't know.
You're losing this battle.
I'm touching a nerve.
I have it's a related comment. John Mayer famously has a song called "Belief," and he talks. One of the lines in the songs says that belief is what we're fighting for, and you could apply that to a lot of things. And given our current climate that we're living in, there's a lot of evil in the world. There's a lot of prejudice in the world. There's a lot of racism in the world. There's just a lot of really bad things going on. And, it ultimately boils down to what is your belief? A lot of the time it kind of stems from that. So I believe that I'm a transgender person, whatever. Like, that's like to your point, X, like, there's the humanity part of it, right? Which I tend to lean on that. I tend to just lean on people's humanity and say that you are imperfect as I am imperfect, and we can both find a middle ground somewhere, right? But not everybody is going to approach every conversation or situation with that open-mindedness, right? So I'm going to default to my belief. What is my belief? And if you don't agree with my belief, depending on the kind of person I am, it's either going to be hostile or not. And it's unfortunate, bro. Like we've continued to say, here and in this space, like often it's like you have to be willing to put your sword down for a second and just.
Yes, it should be just that. It's just like, like you said, here's my belief. Here's my belief. Cool, I don't believe in it. Case closed.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean now I have to hate you because of just like how you are as a person now. Cool. So that belief is out the window. Now that we're here having coffee, how are you as a person? Are you going to judge me just because my belief is not the same as yours? Or are you going to judge me because I'm a good person? Who's like, hey.
I feel a lot of people would just judge you. They just judge you on that belief.
Yeah, it's just based literally on your belief. Go ahead.
And this is not to justify somebody having a bad day or bad life or bad experience in this world and then lashing out. This is not to justify that. But I can imagine that transgender person, or in fact, let's make this a very all-encompassing situation. I can imagine that any person has gone through an experience that makes them defensive, right? You think of a time that you had a bad experience about something about you and you carried it on to another experience that's similar. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So again, I'm not justifying defensiveness or lashing out. I do think everybody should approach conversation with their neighbor like a conversation, like you're trying to learn and trying to teach. But I can imagine that both people in that conversation that you were talking about probably had certain experiences that made them act a certain way, where maybe the transgender person was like defensive because somebody else was not trying to hear them. Maybe that person that was in that conversation was, but the person before wasn't.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, I want to be very clear on this. It's like, I don't know exactly what happened prior. And I understand. It just, I don't like to be, I don't like to walk on eggshells.
Right.
Like, I don't like to be like, hey, I'm sorry. I'm going to make sure.
You want to get right to the nitty gritty.
Look, no, what I'm trying to say, the point is that conversations sometimes are going to get awkward. They're going to get weird. They're going to get hard. They're going to get tough. How do we deal with this? Rather than when, like, you getting defensive, you getting, oh, how can you say that? I'm so shocked. Cool. We're having a conversation now. I got weird. Now I got awkward. Well, how can we make this conversation work into, I get what you're saying. You get what I'm saying. We can keep talking about it, or we can just move on. Because I feel that sometimes when we have a conversation, being careful on what do you want to say, it's not fair to me.
Yeah.
Because if you have an opinion on whatever it is, whatever that opinion is, if it's your opinion, it is who you are. And that to me is what the definition of freedom of speech is. It's just, you have an opinion, whether it's right or wrong. It's not up to me to say. It's just that's your opinion. You want to be free to say that opinion, then say it. Just like right now, if somebody who is in whatever
Creed,
whatever they are, I'm bi, non-binary, whatever you are, you have the freedom to say that. Cool. But if somebody else had disagreement with that, they should also have a freedom to say that too. And it should be okay. And it's like, cool, you don't believe in this, I don't believe in this. How are you as a person though? And that's the part that it never transcends. It always just stays here. No, but he doesn't believe in my way of thinking. Who gives a damn?
I think the problem is, I really think the problem is achieving a level of understanding. And I think it's something that we often take for granted ourselves, right? Because not everybody, and I hate to use a word like in this cliche way, but like not everybody's enlightened, right? So like you personally have achieved a certain level of understanding that you're able to approach conversations with this wide net and be open-minded to the conversation, right? And not everybody has achieved that yet. And so they're kind of walking through life with kind of a set of barriers on, whether they're on purpose or not. Maybe they're just hard-coded. You grew up this way, this is all you know. So like, it's so hard, right? You even if a person is being ignorant, for lack of a better phrase, you still, as a quote unquote enlightened person, have to extend them a level of grace and understanding to be like, you don't get it yet, but I can't be a dick to you just because you don't get it yet. Like, I have to afford you love.
Absolutely.
I have to afford you like a certain level of like,
Yeah.
you're not there yet, but like, I'm not going to like be an asshole to you just cause, you know?
That's right there. Exactly.
That's beautifully said.
We're gonna say something.
I have like two routes I want to take. Because you said love, and that was like the key word. I like forgot that's the key word. I think I can branch them together. One thing that I had to crutch on going to LA was love, was the whole concept of love. And I thought about it a lot. And
Talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about love. I had a friend named Yi who I had a great conversation about love. She's from China. And that wasn't the only difference in our lives that was apparent. There was just so many differences. And I don't want to put her on blast. I probably shouldn't even.
Do it.
I
Too
probably
late.
shouldn't even said her
Too
name.
late.
I probably
Said
should've- Right, we're already here. We're
Oh,
already
you already
here.
said it. Put it on blast. You
Bro,
already did.
Your
Shout out
pants
to
are
my
already
homegirl
off.
Yi. I love Yi.
Cool.
She's just different. She had a sheltered life.
Sure.
Great woman. She's
After.
grown into her new life completely. She's like, anyway, shout out to Yi. Anyway, the conversation we had was about love, and it was how you love yourself is how you should love someone else. That's it. Point blank period. Because it's the same thing. Because then you have standards on who you're around. If they're not loving you the way that you love yourself, that's not a person you should be around. You know. So I think it's a pretty good. I don't like absolutes. I think that's a pretty good absolute. Like if any,
It's hard to
that's the
argue with
only
that one. Yeah, that's
you know?
a good one.
So
Okay.
what you're saying with like love, these people that don't want to have the conversation, that don't want to get to know a person, there's a lack of love. And I think that's what makes the conversation not happen. The other point that's kind of connected to that is, have any of you guys read The Four Agreements?
Nope.
Have not.
Another LA thing.
Okay.
So
You guys would have known. It's from LA.
from LA.
You're not from
Go
around here.
visit.
So you'll have to find out.
There's a Californian now. So
Yeah.
sorry.
That's so fetch.
Got it.
So fetch. What if I came with all that lingo? So fetch.
Oh my gosh. Sorry.
Should have. Go ahead.
What was it? The four what?
The Four Agreements. It's not an LA thing in that regard, but I found out about this book because one of my best friends who I met in LA, he put me onto it, and that book is life-changing. It talks about four things. So everything that you think about yourself and others and anything is an agreement, right? You agree that this microphone is taking in everything you're saying. You agree that you like film. You agree that you like food and hip hop. You agree that you like music and film. You know what I mean? And so on and so forth. There's bad agreements. You don't gotta say it out loud, but think of the things that you believe about yourself. When someone says it, it kind of, that's an agreement you make. Because if you didn't make that agreement, then they can say anything and it wouldn't matter. It'd be like me calling you too tall, right? That doesn't do anything to you, or too handsome, or too musical. Anything that is either not true or is a good thing doesn't bother you. But when you make an agreement that it's a bad thing and you believe it, it does something to you. There's four agreements that you should make instead. And one of them is don't take it personal, which is kind of a two-way street. It's don't take it personal, don't make it personal.
Yeah.
Tying that in, it's the same two-way street that you have with loving yourself and loving others. And it's the same two-way street that you should take when approaching conversations. Does that make sense? So
Good rules to live by, right? Like it's just
I think
nice square.
I like that. I want to go a little bit back to the conversation you had with Yi. Shout out to her Yi again.
Yeah, shout out to you.
You said you were talking about love.
Yeah.
What were some of the main topics, some of the key points that you were talking to her about, whatever the love conversation was?
So I feel bad putting her on a bus. So Yi was like dating, and she was frustrated because, like I said, she's from China, so it's very different. She even told me the differences. Like people are pretty forward in Asia versus here. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, I can't think of a good analogy, but the social cues are just very different. So
It's fascinating, dude. Culture's so fascinating like that, man.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, even when we had Gisela on, like she was talking
Yeah.
about like how it's just different. It's just different. So I'm sorry.
where was she from?
Argentina.
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 Yeah,
She.
you can't roll it. It's like a more yeah.
It's like a
Argentina.
Argentina. Shout out to Gisela.
Yes.
Shout out to G-Say. Go ahead.
So
Yi. What up, G?
Yi, yeah, what up, Yi? I hope you're watching this. I'm gonna send this to you actually. So
She watching.
she's watching. So Yi was dating and she just didn't get it. We got past that layer because that's very easy. It's like, it's just, that's the way it is here. You know, guys are going to do this, that, and the other. Girls are going to do this, that, and the other. Then the next layer, when she was like, okay, I get it, was like love. She's like, basically she was afraid to love, for lack of a better term. And I was like, you can't. And I think in order to get past that wall, you need to love yourself. And it led to this topic or this idea that I'm telling you guys of loving yourself is unconditional. I love myself as much as I love you, Yi, as much as I love the stranger, the homeless man that I see on the street. You know, truly, because I want the best for me. I want the best for you. I want the best for Yi. I want the best for that stranger. I want the best for a person. You know what I mean? That's it. That is the only thing you need to have, is the best for yourself and the best for everybody else. Because if we did that, then we wouldn't do all these weird things to stop the best for ourselves or for other people. So that was kind of the bulk of it.
The reality is, though, a lot of people don't love themselves.
It's apparent. It's very apparent.
That's apparent with with the way they live their lives and in the relationships that they have. Mm-hmm. So that a lot of times spills over into these conversations, these tough conversations.
Give me an example.
I mean, it's tough to give an example, but if at the core of your being, you don't like yourself, you don't love yourself because whatever in history, you are then incapable of loving someone else because you don't have love within yourself.
That's true.
Yeah.
You can't give someone something that you don't have.
Yes.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't realize that they don't love themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, some people don't find that until, therapy or whatever.
True.
In addition to kind of the topic you were talking about, having those difficult conversations, I believe that everyone's entitled to their opinion, mm-hmm. but I also believe that not everyone's entitled to give their opinion at all times.
I like that.
Oh man.
Ooh.
I like that.
I like the second part of that.
Yeah.
So, all right.
It shouldn't be carte blanche opinions.
Yeah. I mean,
isn't that the internet though?
It is.
Absolutely, it is.
It is.
Is it? Sorry.
No.
I just is society the internet, or is the internet just a microcosm of society? Because I feel like we often conflate those things, and it's really hard to tell them apart. Because people who don't fuck with the internet the way that we might aren't thinking about a lot of the stuff that we talk about because they're just offline.
I think internet is reality.
Yes.
But what we see in person is the artificial.
Oh,
because people have the blanket of anonymity. Online, you can be whoever you want to be.
Yeah.
You can be as racist as you want, as bigoted as you want, as happy as you want, and you can show an image of what you want to show.
Yeah.
So you don't know when you see these people in person, I can have a conversation with you. You could have been talking about Puerto Rican people yesterday, all crazy. I wouldn't know that.
I see what you mean.
That's crazy. It's a crazy example, but
I get it. Yeah.
Okay.
insert whatever conversation. So when you approach these random interactions where people start giving their opinions, let's say we just sit down and start talking about these controversial topics. I don't know you from a hole in the wall, and I don't know your views. I don't know the type of person that you are. So where I could be sitting down, I believe that I can have a tough conversation with anybody, but I won't do it with anybody because a lot of people aren't accepting of that back and forth.
They're not ready for it. They're not ready for it.
Where everyone has their own truth. Truth has become this relative thing as of now, where truth to you is different than what truth is to me. And people can't accept other people's truths. Whatever is your truth, I respect it. Cool. I mean, I may not agree with it.
We don't have to, right?
We don't got to talk about that.
Right.
Like at the core of being, you can hate the Patriots and I love them. The fact that I would be mad and not talk to you because of that is crazy, because there's so many other things in the world that we could talk about, that we could find
commonality. Yeah, man. That is it. Like, we have so much more in common than we don't. And that's the saddest part about humanity, is that we choose to focus on the worst parts, the things that we don't. They won't got them. Like, you know, and you just write them off. But like, there's all these other places where you probably have more in common. Oh man, it just makes me so sad. It's such a sad thing that we do, because we're like default prone to like the worst thing. Yeah. But you have to choose. You have to elect to make the human choice, right? Which again doesn't always come naturally to people. Like, it's not always the default choice. Like, you know, and again, it's not always that person's fault. Trauma is a thing. People growing up with like a shitty upbringing, it's a thing. Like, there's all these different things that result in the adults. Adults are broken.
Adults are broken. People are broken.
Yeah. And then they pass it on, which is like, ugh. The only thing that we got to do as adults is not pass it on. Like, not actively pass it on. I mean, through experience, things happen, but it's like,
try your best.
Just try your best. Like, I see it all the time. Like, and it just not only makes me cringe, but it also makes me mad and makes me feel bad for like the children inheriting that. But it's like super easy to, I don't want to say super easy, but it's simple to have all that trauma and stuff like that and not pass it on. It is, because it's like, it's a self-contained disaster. You know what I mean? Or it should be like.
But you also have to know. You also have to know that.
True.
And know what not to pass down. Because if you have all these traumas and you just live your life willy-nilly because that's what life gave you, you're going to teach your kids what you know.
That's true.
So even though you know that you're damaged or whatever, or you have these traumas, or if you don't deal with that, it's just going to spill over.
Regardless.
Just out of...
Yeah.
Just because.
Yeah, no, let's just talk about that for 2 seconds. It's whenever there's trauma, no matter how big, small, whatever that is, trauma isn't something that you just kick to the side, you put in the back seat, and you deal with it whenever you can deal with it. That's not how trauma works.
No, you got to face it head on.
Yes, here's your trauma. And again, I truly and honestly believe everybody has it, whatever. Like I said, no matter how big or how small it is, your trauma is your trauma. That's for you to fix, and that's for you to really take it seriously.
It's your life. It's your life.
That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying is, if you take it seriously, you're gonna head on, like you said, head on, and you're gonna work at it right away. If not, you're gonna be like, put it back there. And again, I'm not here to judge, because again, I have my own trauma and I have my own issues that sometimes it's very easy to say, I don't want to deal with this. Put it in the back. I want to act like nothing ever happens. And the reason why I'm somebody that can speak on it is that no matter how much you think everything is okay, if you don't deal with the shit that's not okay,
it's gonna get you.
It's gonna come like, oh,
inevitably.
Like, yes. Yeah. So that you cannot escape that. So that's it's very similar to this phrase that I love, is that you're free to choose whatever you want to do, but you're not free from the consequences. So, sure, do what you want to do. But just when somebody comes and it bites you in the ass, that's something you can control anymore.
Wow.
Like, you picked, this is what you wanted to do. So when it comes to that, like I feel that we have to take this very seriously.
Yeah.
Because we don't have a do-over. I was like, damn it, I missed it. No, like, this is happening. How do we solve this? And I spoke to my friend about this, like, structure. So we gotta have structure to deal with things. So I definitely, that's the only part I want to talk about really quick about what Shannon just brought.
The other thing too, man, is a lot of us we don't grow from our life experiences and our traumas and stuff. Like, I have so many people that I know, like girls that I know that are single, and they get their dating advice from other single women. That's just an example, but imagine.
Here we go.
Imagine getting dating advice from a person that's single, or imagine getting cooking advice from a person
Who's not a chef.
that's not a chef, or that, I don't know, terrible example, but
No, that's a great example.
in life, we have to, a lot of times we kind of gravitate to the people that are like-minded.
Yeah, coddle me, make me feel
Yeah.
better.
But if we can look beyond that and be like, you know what? Let's say I'm struggling in a relationship. Like, oh, this friend has what looks like to be a successful relationship. Maybe I can pick their brain and you know, make some more life adjustments based on what I know from them, instead of hearing the people that are in my same shoes. Because what are they going to teach me that I don't already know? Just a different perspective.
Point.
Everything you said was great. You said the cooking thing was a bad example. That's a great example. Yes, imagine you were trying to cater an event or like cook for an event, and you're not that great at cooking. Who are you gonna go to? You're gonna go to a chef. You're not gonna go to somebody who doesn't know how to cook. Yo, how do you make this? How do you make, you know, cordon bleu? Like, I don't even know what cordon bleu means. You know, like you're not gonna do that. So that's 100% right. Like, you have to go outside of your comfort zone, your network, your echo chamber to find this new information. People are scared of that because they're scared of what it might mean. One, like, oh, I don't know. Like, saying that is like the
you only
step.
know what you know.
Yeah, and people don't like saying I don't know.
Yeah.
And it's a big thing. And that's kind of the principles that I've kind of used in my business, of surrounding myself with people that I can learn from, and vice versa. I kind of surround myself on both sides of successful business people that I can kind of pull from. I still be around people that are starting their journey, so I can either pour into them, and then kind of, you know, it's a whole kind of a circle
Totally
of let's grow together.
Yeah.
Reciprocal.
And a lot of people don't have that, and that applies to everything. I use it for business and other things, but it applies to everything in your life. Think of everything that you struggle with that you would like to learn.
Yeah.
There's people out there that just sitting down in a room with them, talking about their experience, you can learn so much from. But it's being open to that conversation, because at the end of the day, I can sit down with you and let's say we talk about your music, and let's say I was this internet mogul and you want to grow. The reality is, what I have to tell you may not be what you want to hear,
Right.
because I can sit down and be like, you want to grow? Your music's trash. That's not what you want to hear.
Right.
Everyone wants to be like, I want to. Yes, my stuff is good.
Right.
But those are the conversations you want to have.
Right. Those are the
then it's
growth
like-
conversations.
Then you ask why. That's if I was in that shoes, I would ask why. I wouldn't be like, I'd be like, okay,
Some
why?
people don't ask why.
Yeah, you have to.
So
You gotta get to the bottom of it.
There was a friend I had. I'm no longer friends with her, because she moved away.
Oh.
So we didn't stay in contact. But I remember she used to always like, she was like a negative Nancy, or like the world's always out to get me.
Okay. I already wrote her off.
So when she used to tell me stuff, whenever I hear a problem, I automatically go into problem solving.
Classic mad behavior.
Yeah, it's like,
Let me get some duct
I
tape.
broke the seal. Keep going. Keep talking. I got
so it started getting crazy, because she would be like, oh, I feel like you're always either like judging me or whatever. So I didn't have to switch my conversation to her when she would say something. I was like, hey, what do you want to hear? Do you want support or do you want perspective? So just because you say one doesn't mean I'm not going to give you the other. But for right now, I'll give you the support. But just know, once this all settles down, I'm going to give you perspective because whatever situation happened. Mm-hmm. And that was a big adjustment in that friendship.
I think the male female take is always going to be valuable information, right? Because like there's
these processes so differently.
Yeah, and so like and the answer's in the middle. Like it is like it's a little bit of both typically, right? It's
Shout out to Jackie if you're watching this.
Shout out to Jackie.
It's not always going to be all the way to the right, and it's not always going to be all the way to the left. It's somewhere in the middle. But it's being open minded to the truth sometimes, right? And again, it doesn't have to be that serious. But like when it comes to relationship stuff, it's like, well, let me give you the guy take.
But insert any topic in there. It applies for any topic, pretty much. Yeah. The more severe the topic, the more detrimental the conversation can be. But that's just life.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's life, man.
I like that you said. I really like that you said the answer is not like this or that. It's not like us guys. We're not right.
Right.
But neither are women.
Yeah.
And I think that if we can admit that, all of us, men or women.
Nah, I'm always right.
Shannon is always right, okay?
To be fair, there are situations where it is a yes, like it's a binary, like this is right and this is wrong. But I'm not talking about that, right? I'm talking about the more nuanced, ethereal kind of stuff.
And even the binary like problems, I think that both schools of thinking need to be considered.
Oh yeah,
it doesn't mean that.
Right.
I agree with you. Sometimes it's like it either is yes or no.
Yeah.
But you need to kind of like think about it. But it's always going to lead to yes or no in those situations.
Yeah.
But either way, I like that you said that because a lot of people wouldn't admit that, and I think that is just the way the world is. It's a little bit of this and a little bit of that all the time.
Yeah, I'm okay with agreeing to disagree all the time.
Yeah, that works.
But not everyone can do that. Yeah. Like I can stand in my convictions and we can have that conversation. Once that conversation's done, let's eat these wings. Not a lot of people can do that. And
you got to add the wings, then everybody would do it.
The wings is but then the friction would be in the blue cheese or the ranch. Yeah. I'm all blue cheese all the time.
How about instead of wings, we have
asparagus,
turkey, as we splash into. We are in November. We are swiftly coming up on Thanksgiving.
It's Thanksgiving season.
Some people would say that it is Christmas season, and to you, I say nay.
Relax.
Hard disagree. We haven't even hit. We just finished with October. We just got around to Halloween. Give me a second before we jump right into a different holiday. But anyway, that's fine. It's fine. Thanksgiving's coming up. I'm pretty excited. Family time is always super nice. The holidays are wonderful. It is that time of the year.
Ooh.
No, it's okay.
That was abrupt.
It's okay. You can ease into the room anytime you want, Shannon. Pause.
I'm just gonna start pausing in real life whenever it's paused. I'm just
right.
I have to.
Thank you.
I just wanted to set the mood. As we just quickly as we land a plane here.
What I like about this beat, is this little
this
little riff.
This is the song we're talking about,
because
right?
that's a real thing. That's a real studio moment.
No,
that's exactly what I said. I was like, it sounds like they sampled him riffing, like, and you're like, it sounds
he was showing the guy something. He was like,
I love those moments. I did it on my album.
The mic was on.
Yes.
Yeah, no, this song is amazing.
So my producer always turns the mic on.
Always keep the mic
all
rolling.
the time because you just never fucking know. And I shout out to Donnie Dark Pop because we caught a moment kind of like this on my record, and it's just you could hear him laughing in the back, and it adds to it and it repeats.
Love it.
So it's just like it's music. It's not just him laughing. Yeah.
And I learned that early on in my video career. Press play early.
Yeah,
because
you never know.
You can get one little second of gold, and a lot of times when I'm doing my video editing, I use those moments because if either a genuine laugh happened, a genuine moment, and I'm like, this is the stuff that I want.
Those are the best.
Because once I turn on the camera, people just turn into. Once they see the red button, they're like,
"Camera's on."
Like, oh,
relax. Which I get it. Like being in front of the camera
takes a while.
Yeah,
but the switch that I see in people is crazy.
Yeah, I bet. bro, when I did headshots with Shannon, like I can't do like intentional. I be honest, I be talking to this camera, but like you give me a still shot where I have to pose for it, I am super awkward. Like I cannot be natural when I have to pose for a picture. I don't know why.
My thing is
I'm more comfortable behind the camera.
I hate looking at the camera.
Yeah,
too.
My eyes
the
go
back-
crazy. I'm
yeah,
like,
the void.
Yeah, me too.
so when I'm watching stuff, I'm like, I see myself. I'm like, relax your eyes, Shannon.
Shifty eyes McGee
So
here.
now you guys know.
All right, so we got turkey, we got mac and cheese,
Hey, look, time out.
we got some asparagus,
Last year, you added asparagus on your list.
Brussels sprouts.
And I didn't like it.
Brussels sprouts.
Oh, Brussels. I was about to say.
No.
that's funny.
Last year we had a list of the sides.
We were talking about the size, and we were only
It
limited
was
to
Brussels
3.
sprouts that was completely
Was it Brussels sprouts?
disgusted. Yes.
You don't like Brussels sprouts?
No.
X.
Roasted Brussels sprouts are good, but he put it on his list of like the top 3 sides for Thanksgiving.
Nah, it was. I
That's
was just
flagrant.
I was trying to not
That's
be
flagrant.
basic. Okay, everybody else
That's
chose
the
mac and
only
cheese.
time you're
You
allowed
choose
to be
mac and
basic.
cheese.
Thanksgiving
outta
is
here.
the only time you're allowed to be basic with the food.
Okay, let's do it right now. The top
second.
3. Okay.
No,
Yep.
we're gonna get
Please.
there. Mac and cheese isn't basic when it comes to size for Thanksgiving.
It's token, is what I'm implying.
Traditional.
You're gonna
Okay.
expect mac and cheese
Additional
at Thanksgiving.
token,
But that's the
fine,
only
not
time
basic.
that it's okay.
It's not cool.
I'm not
Go
saying
ahead.
I wasn't gonna put it on my plate, you guys.
No, go ahead. I want keep finish, Eddie. I'm sorry. I was a little bit like, whoa.
No, I'm glad you defended mac and cheese. I'm glad. I
Always
knew
go.
you were. That's why I was like,
Mac and
please.
cheese is golden.
Yeah.
Golden,
Gold.
literally.
I love
Literally.
it.
What?
What is our top 3 Thanksgiving?
Sides?
Not just size, but like what is on the plate?
Here we go.
3. He can only have 3 things.
Now,
No,
three is
let's
too-
do this.
it's too
No,
limited.
let's do this.
Nah.
Let's do this. We have to make one plate
Together?
amongst ourselves.
Okay,
So we
okay.
each contribute one thing.
Yes.
So does turkey not count? That's
Turkey
that's
doesn't count, it's
automatic?
automatic.
Turkey doesn't
Okay.
count?
Turkey's automatic.
Okay.
Rice is automatic.
Yeah, we're just talking about the mainly
Wait,
the
wait,
side.
no,
maybe
no.
rice is not
No,
automatic.
it's not.
No,
Just
And
Not
neither
automatic.
should turkey. Because what about, I don't eat pork, but I know pernil.
Which is the
We
protein.
fuck with pernil.
The
Yeah, but
protein-
it can't be just the protein.
No, the protein's automatic though.
Let's
Like
make it hard. Just turkey. Just turkey.
Are you sure? I think it's harder if we have to decide the protein, because I don't eat pernil, but I would maybe vouch for it because I know what that means to us. But then there's also ham, which again I don't eat pork,
That's a
but I
go-to.
might vouch for that.
I need the ham.
Wait, hold on.
See?
1 second.
I need the ham with the cherry.
See?
Cherry glaze on it.
Exactly. My grandma used to do this every year, so I think we should pull it back and pick the
All right.
protein.
Okay, so to
Okay.
me, I agree. But since we're going sides, I don't think ham or pernil is a side.
No.
I think that's like,
Nah, ham is a side.
but we're making the plate.
wow, you have ham. I thought ham was
crazy.
like the main protein to me.
On Thanksgiving, the main protein is turkey.
Okay,
Well, that's what I'm saying. So
Okay.
this is why I'm picking turkey,
Okay.
and then we'll pick sides rather than just.
I agree.
Do you have turkey and ham?
Okay, stereotypical American Thanksgiving, just to qualify.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just to
okay,
qualify.
cool.
Turkey, right? We'll start there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
let's
just.
go.
Yeah,
There we
we're,
go.
thinking, we're,
Plus,
we're
way
way
too
on
deep.
this.
Yeah.
Again,
Well,
My
turkey.
fault.
actually, if you're
No,
from
it's
the
fine. I think I.
All right, you're first.
Yeah.
You got the
Sides.
first. You have the first scoop
And I already have
on
an
the plate.
answer. We're gonna take my aunt's, specifically sweet potato casserole.
Ooh, this got the brown sugar and the marshmallows.
You already know.
Yep.
Shout out to Titi.
Casserole.
Yep.
Thank you, Titi.
I'm
Very
not
similar
mad
to
at
sweet
that.
potato yams.
Say it
in a
again.
way.
Like, am I partial? You said.
It's a
Oh.
similar to sweet potato. No, wait, I said this the wrong. The last.
Similar.
time.
Is it similar like yams? Yeah.
Kind of. The
It's
way
a,
she
it's a
does
sweet.
it,
It's a sweet flavor.
it's like more whipped. It's like good. It's like, and I
yeah.
tried one year. I didn't quite get it, but I did experiment with what sweet potatoes I used. I used purple Japanese sweet potatoes.
Okay.
The taste was there. The consistency was not.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
this year I'm
Okay.
gonna try again.
All
All
right.
right, so
Good intel.
So we got the sweet potato casserole. Oh, that sounds good already.
sweet potato casserole.
Yep.
I mean, I already said it's got to be mac and cheese.
Oof, I like that.
Classic.
All right. You know what? It's you cannot go wrong with mac and cheese.
It needs to be there.
I'm gonna take a healthy portion of pernil. I'm not gonna not put that on my plate.
I like it.
You know it's gonna be there. I'm not gonna shy away just because I already have turkey on my plate. We're also adding the pernil. 100%. And yes, it's a side.
I agree.
It's a side.
I agree.
You know what? I disagree, but again,
Everything is a side
we just spoke
during
about
Thanksgiving.
this. It's okay. Let's keep talking.
The only acceptable protein that's not a side on Thanksgiving is the turkey. Everything else is a side.
Facts.
Anyways, let's keep talking.
So we have a sweet potato casserole. We have the mac and cheese, and then we have the pernil.
That's wild.
Pork shoulder.
See,
That's a side.
your plate just changed. Your selection changed my whole way of thinking because now I feel like the whole plate changed.
I'm making a turkey plate, guys. I'm not gonna be like I'm gonna put a 4-course meal on my plate on Thanksgiving.
No.
I'm putting everything on this plate.
I feel that everything that we have picked needs this last part.
I know, that's what I'm saying. This is the
I think this last part in my I think just because it's my head and I'm Latino. It's not gonna be that.
It's not gonna be that.
Oh, I know what you're thinking.
It's very clear.
It's not gonna be
I know
that.
what you're thinking.
It's not gonna be that. It's not
But
gonna be
he's
the
right.
rice.
He's not right.
He's right.
Because I know you're gonna say something good too.
That's
but
where I was going, because, and that's
I
why I
know
said.
what you think.
That's why I said the pernil
Yep.
changed my answer
I hope
because
it
the
is.
right answer is rice.
Yes!
but that's
Yes!
not what I'm going to put on this plate.
Oh!
Kickback.
Whoa!
Hold on.
Go ahead. Shannon still
He
has
said rice.
his choice.
I thought
I
it
did
was
not say
rice.
rice. Can I
I thought
say-
it was
can I say
arroz
my
con
choice?
gandules. It's literally
Yeah,
what
that's what I'm thinking.
we were on the
that could
same
be a
page.
sip. Can I say my
Yeah,
choice?
Yeah, what is
please. I
it?
want to
I'm
know.
curious now.
Pateles.
That's
Because
crazy.
everything that we
That's
have
so
so far.
starchy.
So you
That's a
have
that's a good
the
choice.
It is a good
casserole,
choice.
which
Yeah.
is kind of sweet.
It's a good
Yeah.
choice.
Mac
That's a
and
great choice
cheese, pernil, and then the
That's a
pastel.
better choice than what I
But
was
that's so
thinking.
starchy.
What
That's
were you
so
gonna say,
starchy.
Shannon?
Yeah.
I was going to say cornbread.
Oh, that's
But-
yes.
I feel that's a better.
Oh.
Cornbread to me is more of a dessert, and I could be completely wrong.
No, you're right. It's sweet.
No, but you got to add it in there, though. You got to have it on the plate
Give
instead
me
of a
cornbread,
biscuit.
and I'm gonna dip it in the turkey.
I just think
sauce.
cornbread's gonna be there with the apple pie and the pecan pie.
Oh,
and
not
all
like
of
that.
No, not like
I'm
that.
having
not
a
like
cornbread.
that. No.
It as
You're
like a
eating
small,
cornbread wrong.
A small side of cornbread.
You got to treat it like a dinner roll.
No, I agree. By the way, because people are gonna kill me. Well, this guy. No, I get it.
Uncultured.
Yeah, like I've eaten cornbread with my meal. I get that. I'm putting it because we have only 4 sides.
This better be a Dixie plate.
Just like
Don't come at me with no styrofoam.
you know the hammer that has a cherry. Sometimes it has the pineapples.
Thank you.
What was
Thank you.
I said it better be a Dixie plate, not styrofoam.
that? Now you know what plate you need?
Which one?
It's real Puerto Rican. You need the foam plate with the wooden underneath. You know what I'm talking
the
about?
basket. The basket.
Yes.
Oh
Yes.
my God.
Yes, that's what you need.
Unlock the memory.
Yes, whatever that is. They probably got that from Jesus himself, from the crucifixion, and they just drafted a whole mess of them.
Yes.
And then it's grandmas that have
my
it.
God.
They
You're
take it
right.
out of their.
Yo,
like a
that made
wedge
me so
protector.
happy,
You're right.
bro.
I remember those.
Oh my
those.
God.
Yes.
Yo, shout out to grandmas everywhere, and shout out to everybody who's going to be
Those are
cooking
classic, yo.
this Thanksgiving.
Plate basket. It's plate support.
Eddie Saturn, thank you so much, man. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you here, man.
Honor is all
Such a
mine.
good time. We could literally keep going for easily another several
I'm buying
hours.
a basket and I'm taking it to all the Thanksgiving houses I'm going to.
There you go.
My own little plate basket.
Thanksgiving
Insert your
Santa
plate
Claus.
Santa
Bring it
Claus.
to everybody.
I'm in.
Not just bring it for yourself. Bring it to
Show up
everybody.
with
Yes.
your own cutlery.
Yes.
Yes, I'm
You
ready to
imagine?
feast.
I didn't bring any food, but I brought my own plate, fork, and a knife.
You don't have
so-
to clean what I'm about to do. I'll take it with me. I clean it myself. All right.
Eddie, once again, thank you so much for
Thank you guys.
for making the time, man. It's been great.
Off the rails.
I love it. X, looking beautiful as always. Thank you for your contributions this evening. Shannon Ortega, the man, the power hour.
The power hours. Man,
I just-
shout out to Rick.
Hey,
Ooh, yeah, you know what?
Shout out to Rick. Rick's here. I'm proud of you because you didn't get smoked today, bro.
hey, thanks, man.
Boy.
Bringing it back full
Yes.
circle. You may or may not be watching this around Thanksgiving, but if you do, hey, happy Thanksgiving,
Happy holidays.
Spend time with your family. Call your mom and dad if they're still around. Call them up.
Don't get smoked. Peace.